say my beginning in politics would have just been my first time voting. At the age of 18, we had a high school government class that he had anybody who was of age at the time of the election register if they wanted to and go vote, and I gladly did because my parents had modeled a very active life of being engaged. So it was something I had seen done, and it was just instilled in me that it was very important to be an active citizen. First and foremost, I think it's my duty to be active in the political process. That's the way our government was founded, for the citizens to run it, and it to be of the people, by the people, for the people. And so with that in mind, and being inspired by founding fathers, people I've known along the way, I think it's a great honor also to be involved in that. There are so many options for being involved that there's really not an excuse, and many of them take very little time. You can start by getting on email lists from groups that you are interested in or agree with in your political viewpoints. Then there's always activist ways to respond, signing petitions. There's ways to quickly send emails to your representatives and senators. Calling, takes 30 seconds to call. I have taught my own children to be involved by, again, back to the foundation. It's the education, and that's by exposing them to really good books, exposing them to history, the good, bad, and the ugly of it, instilling in them that we can learn from history and we do not have to be repeating it again and again. In exposure, I take them to town hall meetings. If I'm speaking in a session, they're right there with me hearing it, or they hear about it a lot. They've been a part of listening to conversations I have with representatives on the phone. One day we dedicated it to, I forget what we called it, Freedom Day or something, but they wrote letters themselves to, I think one wrote a letter to the president and another one wrote to Representative me. One last thought for the viewer. May I read the quote that I have? Kind of echoes what motivates me and why especially I'm involved. And it's from Sheriff Joe that people have heard of out of Arizona. And he said, "A liberal paradise would be a place where everybody has guaranteed employment, free comprehensive health care, free education, free food, free housing, free clothing, free utilities, and only law enforcement has guns." And I believe it or not, such a place does indeed exist. It's called a prison.